Okay guys, we are at Sand River on November 6th, so this is a very up-to-date battle in 9.4. I just a few minutes ago downloaded Aslane's mod pack and installed it in an unmodified condition, and it's got some pretty nice, interesting graphic features. I'm not happy with the fact that I'm orange over there. Um, the less said about that, the better. This is a largely tier 10 battle with a few tier 9s. On my team, there's no 7s or 8s. On the opposing team, there are no 6s, 7s, 1 tier 8, 4 tier 10s, or 4 tier 9s on each side, and 10 tier 10s on each side. Now, I had a lot of fun in this battle, and there's a little vindication here because I suggested to our M48 and also to our Conqueror that they not go so far forward, and you'll see what happens to them. On the other hand, I got to do a whole bunch of what I call short scouting, where I'm keeping my distance from the enemy and just lighting up targets as best I can and using terrain features. I'm sure I've mentioned it numerous times. Open maps are my thing, and you can keep going the whole time without stopping and use the terrain features to your advantage. It'd be awesome if at least one of the new maps possessed these characteristics. Sometime I should make a video and go through the maps in order of preference. That would be fun. Anyways, I was platooned in this battle with Tankzilla. He survived to the end, and he had a good time. And when it was over, we both agreed this was pretty awesome. So I'm going to hit the spacebar here and advance the battle at regular speed. And I'm really interested in these graphic features in this mod pack. It doesn't have the default condition does not display the player names, and I consider the real estate being taken up by the descriptions is a little cluttered. I presume you can eliminate some of those features if you wish to, but I haven't explored that at this stage. So you'll see following me, there's an M48 and a Conqueror. And, they commit this, I consider this to be a classic blunder related to people's expectations regarding what their vehicle can do in relation to what their supporters are inclined to do. And this error, it happens all the time in this game, and I'll explain that here in a few seconds. So I'm just this dune is really nice, and there's an M48 Patton from Relic over there. I had a lot of fun with him in this battle. Okay, so here's what I want to talk about. The Conqueror and the M48, they're going to keep going, despite the fact that the TDs that might help them are further back. And they ignored my advice to position themselves in relation to potential assistance. I mean, how many times have we seen this baloney? It baffles me that people continue to do this. And there, the Conqueror's gone. I mean, I know he's only a tier 9 in a tier 10 battle, but he could have been handled better. And now the M48 Patton, he said affirmative, and then he says, no, I'm too far forward. And he keeps going forward. I mean, that's just nonsense. He says he's too far in, but he's got an escape route in this gully between these two dunes. And it was completely available to him, and he declined to use it, and now he is unable to benefit from the positioning of his allies. He's a tier 10 medium, and what he's doing there is ridiculous. My ability to dodge shots far exceeds his, and he's not going to make use of my spotting. There's a significant fraction of the players in this game who don't. The scout, they're oblivious to his presence, and they don't take advantage of what he or she offers. So I'm just getting ready here to do my short scouting. See, I'm not up there because he's lighting up vehicles. And in a few seconds here, I'm going to do my moves, and I'm going to show you what it looks like from a different angle. This is I haven't done this before, but I'm going to zoom in on the horizon to show you. This is short scouting, what I call short scouting technique. So I'm just going to zoom in here, and you guys can watch the horizon here. All I'm trying to do is get a light with the minimum amount of personal exposure and dodging shots as necessary. They can see me, but I've got a couple powerful TDs behind me. Of course, it doesn't look like this when I'm fighting, but this gives you an idea of what you can do. And see, I'm not going to do peekaboos. I just consider it to be too dangerous. There's a great many scouts that will sit behind a dune and just poke their nose up, but it's, people expect you to appear, and they will have their gun trained into that position, and they'll blow you away, right? So I'm just waiting for that E75 to die. And there is a Death Star behind me, or the mini Death Star. And there's also these Mouses over here. I don't know why they didn't shoot at me, and they're good players too. If you look from another angle, they had an opportunity to poke their gun over at me, but it's possible that they just said, well, if we move our gun away, we're missing potential shots on our opponents. So that's a decision they have to make. So as you can see, we're there. The Jag Tiger beside me here is about to die. There, he's gone. But I've still got backup, and we're angling for that E75. And the light went out. There, I got him back. Or somebody got him back. Sometimes it's hard to tell who's lighting up. There we are. Okay, now I know there's only a Jag Tiger there. So I'm going to go right past these Mouses and take the fight to the enemy backfield. And have a little fun. And you can see all these corpses here. It's awesome. Not the two of my friends. Now this Jag Tiger, he's a good player, and he's trying to escape, but he's being hammered. There's another hit. So we know where he is. And Tankzilla was coming over to support me here. There he is. And there's the Waffle that I spotted at the very start of the battle. And there is the, that guy is a, he's got 4,292 games in that vehicle. Member of Relic. And his buddy in the M48 was right there, so I had to veer off. And something interesting happens. Oh, well. That shot appeared to pass right through my tank. That's an artifact of the deficiencies in the game client and server time and client time. If you slowed that down to 16 times, the path of the shell goes right through my vehicle. But that obviously is not what happened. If the game client could display everything in real time down to microseconds with no issues regarding lag or ping, it would reveal that the shell did not pass through my body. So I'm just circling here and keeping people illuminated, and it's awesome to be able to do this in a tier 6 and in a tier 10 fight. You can do this at Malinovka Steppes, Sand River, but not many of the other maps, regrettably. And maybe I will create a ticket for World of Tanks. There, the Waffle missed me. urging them to, introduce another open map. And let's be honest, tank warfare, it's one of the anomalies of World of Tanks that so many of the maps are not tank country, right? I mean, that was one of the things that they learned in the Second World War was that in city fighting, you sent in infantry teams and howitzers and mortars and bulldozers, and you didn't send battle tanks to engage in street fighting. It was too costly. Anyways, that was an awesome fight and a very satisfying outcome against a lot of good players on the enemy team. And I hope you enjoyed this demonstration of short scouting and the use of a Tier 6 in a Tier 10 fight. Hope you enjoyed the video. Game over.